89.4. Let's say it's the end of the quarter and you see this number on your home access center. We've all been there, and it sucks. You're so close to a glorious A-, but nope, you're stuck with an 89.4. I'm jealous of the kid who has a 90. I wish I was them, but I'm really only 0.1 away, technically. Growing up in Westport, Connecticut, and going to Staples High School has provided me with endless learning opportunities and great classes and great teachers. It has also forced me to be surrounded by an education culture that is obsessed with competition. I'm not gonna lie, I can be competitive at times. If you were to sit in front of me and tell me that you could beat me at a game of Connect 4, I would not hesitate to take you up on that and prove you wrong. When I'm running a cross-country race, for example, I can get pretty competitive. Don't get me wrong, I don't ever come close to actually winning the race, but for example, there was one race where I was kind of near the middle of the pack and I was trailing behind this one specific girl for almost the entire time. But when we were about 50 meters from the finish line, I began to sprint. And I mean, I sprinted with every last drop of energy I had in me just to beat that one girl. I have no problem with the idea of competition in general, clearly. I think it's a part of human nature, and I think it's necessary for society to even exist. But when it comes to, as I've learned throughout high school, I have slowly learned to steer clear of it when it comes to education. I try not to ask people what grades they got, but if they ask me, I have no problem telling them because it is what it is. It already happened. I try not to ask people what colleges they applied to because I know some people don't really like to talk about it, but if they ask me, what do I have to hide? School should be about learning, creating, collaborating, not competing. School is about preparing students for the future that lies ahead of them, and how can that ever be a competition if everyone's future is going to be different? This competitive mindset that seems to be ingrained into so many people's minds cannot be blamed on one person or group of people. But one aspect that paves a welcoming path for competition is numbers. And I'm not talking about the numbers that we find inside of our calculus equations in math class, but the painful 89.4s. The numbers that are plastered all over our tests, essays, home access centers, transcripts, and college applications. All everyone cares about are these numbers. Not only theirs, but everyone else's too. How can I raise these numbers? Yeah, I like this class, but will lower my numbers? Can I get bonus numbers for that? Numbers of all things and concepts are probably the easiest to compare with one another because they're so concrete. 2 is higher than 1. The kid with a 3.8 is smarter than the kid with a 3.6. The word higher is automatically translated to the word smarter. And I think that's a problem. People can't be ranked. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, likes and dislikes. And I think that schools, teachers, parents, and even students themselves need to recognize that. There's no way to say, I win, because unlike in my cross-country race, there's no girl just in front of me that I need to beat. There's just me and everyone else around me, running their own.